Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Shauna, or aka mismooncrystal, whatever vibes with you the most. Today we are doing a requested pick a card reading, and this is messages that you need to hear. I did a poll on my YouTube channel to see what you guys were most interested in, and this is what won. So as you can see, I have 4 different piles here. We have the amethyst is pile 1, blue lace agate is pile 2, citrine is pile 3, and lapis lazuli is pile 4. Please take your time, pause the video if you need to, find the pile that resonates with you guys the most, and I put the timestamps below. I will see y'all at your reading. Alright, my friends, those of you that chose pile number 1 or this beautiful amethyst, this is going to be messages that you need to hear right now. So we are going to move this stuff out of the way so we can make some room for your reading here. And I do like to clear things just to kind of get a reset here, make sure we're clearing any old energies so we can get started with your reading. Move this out of the way. Sorry, this is kind of out of focus. And I have a mess. Here are your messages. So what we're going to do first is I have channeled messages for you guys. I'm going to sit to the side. Those will be last. We'll see what's coming through with those. We also have some tarot cards and some oracle cards. So we're going to take a look at your we're going to take a look at your tarot cards first, and then we're going to get into your oracle cards here. Here's another tarot card. They were all mixed up. I just kind of grabbed them. I did not look at them first. I prefer to channel the messages as they come. So your first card, pile number 1, is the Lovers, and this is the number 6. Move this out of the way. I'm actually going to move these over here for now. The Lovers card, number 6, we have the 4 of Cups. We have the Moon card. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the Temperance card. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. So let me take a look at these really quick for you guys. Immediately I was picking up, for those of you that chose pile number 1, that you guys are possibly thinking of someone else. There's someone that is on your mind right now, or there is something on your mind. I was picking up that maybe you were thinking about a loved one, or a relationship, or someone that you have strong feelings for. This may not be romantic is what I was saying, but there's somebody that you're missing. There's somebody that you're thinking about. I really felt like somebody that you got along with very, very well. But definitely for some of you, pile 1, I was picking up that this was a past relationship. This also felt like for some of you that chose pile 1, that there's somebody that you care about very much, but you haven't told them yet. This is a secret still. And it's almost hurting you is what I feel like. It's something that you're holding back from, like I said, keeping a secret and keeping hidden from the world right now. But at the same time, it is really, it's bothering you is what I feel like, because I'm seeing this 2 of Swords here. We're seeing the Moon card and the 4 of Cups. And with this 4 of Cups here, I really feel like definitely there's some emotions, there's some feelings, some things going on here that you're holding back from. This also, for some of you, it feels like you can't find happiness right now. You're thinking of other things. You're thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of a different situation right now, and you're thinking, man, I really wish that I was doing that, or I really wish I was with this person. There's just like some unsatisfaction that is coming through here, and it's really has you, pile number 1 here, thinking very heavily, thinking very deeply. Definitely some decisions are coming through too. So some of you actually might have some commitments that you have to make soon, or some big decisions you have to make very soon, that are causing this very heavy, introspective kind of you know, situation that is going on here. But definitely this is a lot of inner thinking, you know, pulling back from the world. And definitely I feel like some decisions are being made that are coming through right now for you guys, pile number 1 here. Now we have the Temperance card too, and the Temperance card is also about seeking that balance and that spiritual wisdom that is needed for, you know, more than just the physical world. And sometimes this can come through as seeking your, you know, your dreams and aspirations. And so some of you may be dreaming right now about doing those things. Maybe you've been stuck in a situation is kind of what I feel like, and you feel like things aren't fair right now. There's something else that you're really wanting to be doing at this point, and it's really causing this very heavy energy, almost like you've withdrawn from the world. And I get that from the Moon card here, you guys. Let me take a look at this too. Yeah, I feel like that there's something creative too that is coming through, that I feel like because of this Moon card. I just saw this paintbrush here. I hope you guys can see this. I feel like, and because of the Four of Cups, so for some of you, this is a passion that you're not able to achieve right this second, or maybe you don't feel like you're good enough to be able to actually do it. Some of you may have been even offered, is what I'm feeling like, a position or an opportunity, and you're almost feeling like down on yourself, like you don't feel like you're going to be able to do this here. Now let's keep moving on so I can see what other messages are coming through to you guys, just to see what is what's up here. All right, we're gonna look at those last. So your next card is the Defense card, and it is Mars and Taurus. Your next card is Idealism, and it is the Sun and Aquarius. Here again, I almost feel like there's a situation. Definitely defensive is one of the things, but almost like I said, defensive. You're coming through as defensive for some of you guys. You're not trusting yourself. You don't trust your own skills is what I feel like. So you are almost being defensive in this situation here too. There's definitely some things coming up with money as well too. Maybe you're afraid to do something because of money. Here's the Six of Pentacles. Somebody may be asking you to help them do something, and you're just not sure if you're going to be able to do that right now. I think in your heart you want to, but you're just not sure of yourself is what I'm really picking up on. This Idealism too is about you having, you know, out of the box ideas, you thinking outside of the box. So right now you're going to be blessed, honestly, with this out of the box kind of thinking. So if you're feeling like you're unable to kind of figure out what you need to do, if you're able to kind of turn back within, I feel that Spirit's going to start to give you these ideas. Now, there's something about you have to step away from, you know, kind of feeling so bad about yourself, all this, like I said, introspection here, which is not a bad thing, but it's almost like you're thinking negatively about yourself or the situation, and because of it, you're not really pulling up any new ideas, you're not pulling up anything that's really helping you resolve what is going on here, whatever the situation is, because like I said, all you're doing is thinking a lot of negative thoughts is what I feel like when it comes to this situation, either a partner or, you know, like I said, I almost felt like some of you are being offered, you know, a position and you're unsure of yourself, and then some of you are being asked for help. Any of these situations here, but I'm definitely feeling from you guys, group number 1, that you are feeling very unsure of yourself, definitely, as we're moving forward here. Next is the Gifts card. Let's see if we can fit this guy down here, and Power here. So those are interesting cards, and I keep looking at the numbers too. I like to pay attention to those, and you guys have a lot of 2 energy here. So the 2 energy to me is a very feminine energy. This kid represents creativity, but it also once again represents making a decision. So I feel Spirit's coming through right now and telling you guys that it's time to make a decision. This is going to be presented to you at this time. And like I said, this is a timeless pick a card. So whenever you listen to this, this is going to be relevant for you. So, but I feel that those of you that chose group number one, that you definitely have a decision, but you're unable to really see, you know, what decision to make at this time. You're unsure of yourself. You're unsure if you're doing the right thing here. You're almost being defensive is what I feel like in this situation, and not trusting in yourself. With this idealism card too, there's somebody around you, and maybe that's why we're seeing the Lovers also, and even the Six of Pentacles. I feel like if you need help, I feel like there's someone right now that would be able to help you. The Sun in Aquarius will shine, you know, blessings and stuff like that on friends, on people of higher status than you to come through and help you here. And even in the card here, you see this is the Aquarius guy, and he's pouring out the wisdom to the person below. You can call on your angels, you can call on your ancestors and spirit guides right now, those of you that chose group number one, because they are trying to get you some information. I just feel a very, you know, like you guys are stuck at this moment trying to make a decision, and you want to make sure you make the correct one. And for some of you, this is having to do with making a decision between probably something practical and then something that you are emotionally involved with, a desire, a person, something like that that's more on that emotional kind of situation. So you're having a hard time actually, you know, figuring out exactly what the right way to do is. And this also is about you tapping back into your own power here, for you to be able to trust yourself and to trust your guides too. Because the thing is, the longer that we sit and kind of hem haul around is the way I'm thinking about it. And you know, introspection is fantastic as long as you're not sitting there beating yourself up over it. You're asking the right questions, and you're not being overly negative to yourself. Because when we're being overly negative, we put ourselves in victim mode. When we're in victim mode, you guys, we can't actually solve any issues. We feel powerless. We don't have our own power. But as soon as we realize that the situation is our responsibility, and that we have the power to make the decision, then the ball falls back into our own court, and we're able to start to put things together. But I feel like that is what the situation is for you, pile number one, and the messages are, it's time for you to find your inner strength and power, and for you to make a decision for whatever is going on right now too. Some of you, this has to do with someone in your life coming back together. Forgiving them is what I was feeling like too. Definitely for those of you that chose group number one or pile number one, I feel that there's someone else involved here majorly that is part of this situation or decision that you're having to make here. So let's keep moving. Oh, here's another one of these cards for you guys. This is Vision, and this is the Sun and Pisces. So this card is actually perfect too to kind of explain what is going on as well too. This means that, you know, you might have to make a sacrifice. This is talking about the 12th house, and the 12th house is about doing for others and not expecting anything in return. It's about sacrifice. Sometimes it's about losses too, letting go of something, you know. But it can also, because it's Pisces, it can cause confusion. You may be stuck in your imagination right now, and I really get that from the Moon card too. Just a lot of time in your mind, in your imagination, to where it's almost become an illusion, like emotions have taken over, and you're not really able to see as clearly as you need to right now. And I feel Spirit's like, all right, it's time to step back from, you know, doing this inner work, from, you know, all this emotional things, this almost overly feminine energy, which typically I see a lot of masculine energy, you know, where we're always going, we're always moving. Those of you that chose group number one, the situation that's coming through, I feel like you guys have been, you know, stuck in it. You've stayed in it. You're letting your emotions kind of throw you off balance in this situation, so you're not able to actually see things clearly here to make the right decisions. As you can see in the Two of Swords, she's blindfolded, and she has two different options here. So let's see what other cards are coming through for you guys. I'm just going to move these down just a little bit so you can see the new cards that I have here. So you have the third eye chakra. So this card right here talks about, you know, your third eye, obviously, but your third eye controls the information that is coming through, you know, the intuition that is coming through from your crown chakra and how you're able to see and decipher it. So I feel Spirit's really wanting you guys to pay attention to this. Intuition is a feminine and can be an emotional thing too, but it's also about using logic to, you know, separate between too much emotion and then, you know, too much logic at sometimes, excuse me. This is about you, you know, using this to, like I said, to filter through the information that is coming into your body right now, or into your auric field is what I feel like. See what else is coming through. We have air. This is information again too. You guys may be channeling some information. I'm picking up that, especially with these two cards here, you guys, I really feel like you guys are supposed to be receiving some messages. Some of you may be dealing with messages online, but I really feel because of the third eye chakra that you guys are getting messages from spirit, you know, from your ancestors, from stuff, you know, people like that. Even your dreams and those sort of things are coming through, but you're having a hard time understanding what these messages are right now. Like I said, I feel like you're almost confused about the situation at this point. Your next card is purity. So this card is talking about, honestly, I feel like, you know, starting back from a neutral state, from a pure state, you know, not being out of balance in one way or another, you know, maybe resetting yourself here, grounding yourself. This is also about judgment that you're making too, and I feel like your judgment is off balance right now. Maybe something from the past is, you know, controlling how you feel about the situation right this second. So you have to come from a pure place, from a balanced place, where these things aren't affecting the decisions that you have to make or the things that are happening right now, because we're definitely seeing an, you know, situation where you're out of balance here, you guys. Like I said, I feel that most of you are overly emotional and you're not able to actually see things for the way that they are. So Spirit's going, okay, you have the intuition, you have the information coming into you right now, but you have to kind of step back and ground yourself at this point and believe that you actually have this. Like I said, and a lot of times if you're out of balance with stuff, it feels overwhelming. It feels like we can't get out of this place. But a lot of times it just takes very simple things to ground us back into the situation. Like I said, I know it sounds simple, taking a shower, taking a walk, getting outside, these sort of things to kind of reset your energy here. And I always tell people too, you can tell the difference between intuition and ego, which I feel like ego is kind of talking right now to you guys. Intuition will come through immediately. It makes sense. It doesn't have to explain itself. Ego is constantly having to explain itself. It gives a lot of excuses. So that's how you know the difference between, you know, your ego talking to you or your intuition talking to you. So your next card is Mars, and the next one is the 5th house. So Mars is showing me that I feel like now is the time to make a decision. So I feel like you guys had been sitting on this for quite a while. If it is a decision or the situation that, you know, you've been waiting on, you've been like Spirit's waiting on you to step forward here, and now is the time to do so. I'm seeing that, you know, to balance yourself back out, it's very important that you do have a little more masculine energy. You know, you have some ambition, you have some drive here, you step forward here into what you're really wanting to. Because like I said, I feel a lot of this has to do with your own desires, and this is what's really like throwing you off balance here, and you're having a hard time making a decision because you are overly emotional about it here too. And this card here is also about romance, creativity, fertility, sex, children. So passion, love, and hobbies. So I do feel like whatever this is, the situation, I feel like it's very close to your heart. It's very close to something you're passionate about. Definitely for some of you, this is a person that is coming through. We're seeing a lot of indicators here that this is about a love, this is about a partnership, and making a decision here. Some of you may even been asked to, you know, be engaged or married here, or, you know, start a family. Some serious questions here are coming through, I feel like. Your next card is take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So you guys may have been overly thinking about this, which I get that. But once again, it's like I feel like you've spent a lot of time, but you're not getting anywhere. You don't feel like you're getting anywhere because you're just spinning your wheels at this point. So Spirit's telling you too to take a break. The message is to take a break, tap back into intuition once you clear and ground yourself and come from this purer place. When you know you're not looking back at the past as a way to help you judge the outcome of the future. It's starting at neutral for you guys, those of you that are having to make a decision, or those of you that chose pile number 1. Definitely resetting, starting back at ground zero is very important for you guys right now. Starting fresh. We have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Once again, okay, so you're getting intuitive downloads. Spirit's trying to get your attention. So whatever you can do to tap into Spirit right now, you can even keep track of your dreams, I am feeling like, for some of you, because you did have this sun in Pisces. So your psychic senses, your dreams, these sort of things, your intuition is actually very accurate right now. Those of you that chose pile number 1, that's the other thing too I feel it's important to tell you guys is you can trust it. Some of you just may be overthinking the intuition that is coming through. And now it's time to go, okay, I trust it. All right, I'm moving forward at this point. But definitely resetting yourself. Something else, like, I was going to tell you guys because of this one too, it said Soul Tribe. I do feel like there's people around you that you can reach out to that would be able to help you at this time too. You're not alone in this situation. With this sun in Pisces, some of you may be feeling on your own, or like, yeah, you don't have anybody that you can trust in this situation. But I'm picking up that you absolutely do at least have somebody around you. There's somebody that you can call on to really help you if you feel very stuck right now. So your last 2 cards are Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. So you may feel like you're running out of time. You know, a lot of times when we do get stuck or we can't make a decision, it drives us crazy and keeps us stuck even longer. Whenever we start, you know, having those negative thoughts about ourselves, and we get ourselves in a loop is what I call it, and it really truly is a loop of thought, you know, then it just seems like nothing is ever actually happening here. But you have to believe too that, you know, everything is intuitively coming together. It's all coming together in perfect timing. Really, it's coming down to you trusting yourself at this time, and you trusting the intuitive information that you're getting to, you know, put one foot in front of the other. This isn't about hurrying. This isn't about rushing. This is about, you know, you enjoying your life here and definitely not feeling as stuck anymore is what I feel like. You have Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. And so this shows me too, I feel like some of you are overthinking, like I said, or being overly emotional about the situation. Whatever it is gotten, you know, in your head, and it's definitely out of balance at this point. And Spirit's going, all right, you can calm down. Everything is going to be okay. You can trust yourself and your spirit. And, you know, there's so much more going on around you that you can't even see. You know, they say that we only see like 1% of the world around us. So 99% is actually invisible to us. So this is the spiritual realm. These are the other things that are happening, you know, that we can't visibly see it, that we have to trust, that we are trusting all the time, really, without knowing. So it's something that I feel like you can, you know, lean into and trust and start to kind of let go of this intense energy that I'm feeling here, and really start to enjoy yourself a little bit more. Because of this 5th house of pleasure, I feel like this is Spirit coming through and going, you know what, you deserve a break. You deserve time for yourself. You've been working very hard. You've been thinking very much. Maybe it's time to take a step back. And maybe you need to go and spend some time with some friends too, is what I was picking up also. If you've been feeling kind of isolated, or like you don't have anybody to talk to, I feel like there's someone right now in your life, those of you that chose pile number 1, that you should be talking to. At least getting some of this off your chest to kind of like I said, ground you back. Because sometimes it's just talking to someone. Maybe they aren't exactly the right person with the information, but just having someone there to kind of get all this emotional baggage and information out of you may be enough to actually help you reset and really know, you know, what the best thing to do in this situation is. All right, let's look at your channeled messages. Okay, so your channeled message is you are being asked to share your gifts with others. So there's something that you're holding back on, you guys. I feel like that maybe you are unsure of yourself, and that's what I said initially is I did feel that some of you that chose pile number 1, that you've been offered an opportunity, you're being asked for some help, but you just don't trust yourself. So that's where Spirit's telling you to kind of let that go, let that, you know, fear go, and step into this. And this may be the friend that's also kind of keeps showing up throughout here, is this person that's asking you to use your gifts here. Your next channeled message is Spirit is sending you messages and intuitive downloads, and that's definitely what I was picking up on, that Spirit is trying to like get your attention like crazy right now, that I feel like you know this, but at the same time you're just not trusting it. And so what I recommend, like I said, for you guys is start writing some things down, write your dreams down, write some of the just random thoughts that come to your head, and see if things start to make a little more sense. But always make sure that you're kind of taking a break and, you know, resetting yourself back to neutral. That's very important for you, so things don't get all, like I'm saying, out of balance, or, you know, we're, you know, not overly thinking something and turning it into something else sort of situation. All right, pile number 1, I think that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, I would love it if you would hit the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have a super blessed day. Thank you very much for listening. All right, those of you that chose pile number 2, this is going to be messages that you need to hear, and we're just going to see what comes through from Spirit here. I'm not sure, I haven't really looked at these cards, and the first pile was like super out of order, but I wanted to start with your tarot cards first. Sure. And then we have some oracle cards, and then I also have some channeled messages for you guys that I wrote down as well. So we have the Page of Wands, we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, let's make those fit. And we have the Ace of Wands. A lot of fire energy here. A lot of action, movement. Emperor, that's also fire. That's Aries. And we have the High Priestess. So I'm definitely picking up that you guys are, those of you that chose pile 2 are ready to make a move. You're ready to be doing something. You're ready to be at the end of something here, is what I feel like, especially seeing the Ten of Cups here in the center. I almost feel like you're trying to jump to the end, because we're seeing the Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands, and this shows me you have a lot of enthusiasm with the Page of Wands. You know, you have a lot of energy, but there's still a lot that you're learning with the Page of Wands, and this can also be messages coming through as well too. But definitely you have a lot of energy coming through. And then with the Seven of Wands, I always look at this kind of like I've planted the seeds and I'm waiting to see what's coming up. And I'm constantly checking like the watch pot that never boiled kind of thing. So I feel like that with the Seven of Wands, it's like you keep checking back. You keep looking, okay, is it done yet? Is it time to go? Is this done yet? Did this manifest yet? And that's what I feel like you're really jumping forward here to get to the end of the rainbow, the end of the dreams here too. You know, but it's almost like you're getting ahead of yourself a little bit here. I am picking up a little bit of a male and, you know, female situation. This could be a mother and father or an authority figure here that may be overbearing at this point too, that may be keeping you from moving into your passions. But there's definitely, I feel like with this Emperor, this could be a authority figure that's kind of keeping you from this, is what I was really feeling like initially. Also with this High Priestess card, I was just looking up, like I said, I was almost feeling like, you know, male, female, or, you know, dominant authority figures that were coming through here. But this High Priestess can also mean that you are getting some understanding, some things, some messages are coming through for you at this time. You know, secrets could be coming through, and this could be involving, you know, this authority figure or this masculine figure that is coming through too. Especially seeing the Ace of Wands, I get, and even the Page of Wands, there could be some messages coming through here from somebody, you know, delivering messages. You may be getting a message here very soon, but we will see what else is coming through for you guys. So we have the first house of self. This also can talk about home, family, stability, childhood. So this kind of goes back to, oh, sorry, I was pointing down here again, the Emperor, which can talk about, because it's the 4 and the 4th house rules home, family, stability. The number 4 rules stability. With this self card too, we're seeing where Spirit's kind of pointing us back to maybe your early childhood, to your father, through something being revealed through this early childhood or your home here. I almost feel that some of you, like I said, are jumping forward here, and it's to get away from a situation. And it may be at home, or it may have to do with home, you know, something like that. But something that's definitely being revealed, and I feel like it's pointing you back to home. And Spirit's really asking you, I feel like, to slow down a little bit here, because things aren't quite ready to go yet. It's like, keep that drive, keep that passion, but doing it more in like a loving way. Don't jump ahead of yourself here. Don't just try to get out of a situation because you want out of it, is what I feel like with this right now. Next we have train, harmony, opportunities, luck, flow, beneficial reward, synchronicity, good vibes, ease, positivity. It's also overindulgent and complacent. So I was picking up, typically, you know, this is the energy that is available for us, is what we're seeing right here. So harmony is definitely available, but I feel like there could be some complacency here with this situation. And I just looked down and saw on the 7 of Wands also this trine energy. So once again, the 7 of Wands is like, you keep looking back. You keep trying to pay attention to something that's not there yet, and you need to be focusing on more of like the work, on enjoying yourself, not on the end. And I feel like your mind is more towards the end and getting ahead of yourself here. Your next card is patience, which makes sense to me too, because we're talking about patience in all this situation. It's almost like I said, something's not finished here. It's not time to make a move yet. It's not time to move forward yet. Spirit's wanting you to be a little more patient before you step forward here. There may be some lessons, and like I said, some things that still have to be revealed before you move forward here. Some of you may be jumping into buying a house, property, something like that, and this may be a warning from Spirit to maybe slow down, to make sure that you look at everything before you sign paperwork, before you do anything here, because there's definitely a indication here that there's something else that has to happen. There's more information that has to come through first before moving forward. Next we have the Virtue card here too, which I feel goes along with patience. Now as you see, this is the number 7, and 7 to me, whenever I see it, and we have the 7 of Wands, can talk about somebody being dishonest. It can talk about not being able to see something clearly. So once again, we're pulling through this message here, you guys, that something hasn't been revealed. There's more to the story that we're not seeing. Maybe you're not getting the full picture at this time, and seeing 2 7s, a lot of times this indicates a person being dishonest to you. So just think about that. You know, if there's anybody in your life, I don't think it's pointing to necessarily this authority figure here. I feel like this is telling you to look at something from your past, from your home, to kind of give you some grounding, to give you some more direction. Like, think back to this situation. It'll give you the pointers that you need in order to move forward or make the right decisions here. Your next card is Versatility, and it is the Sun in Gemini. You also have Saturn in Pisces, which is, and we're seeing Saturn. Saturn can be an authority figure. It can be a father figure, Once again, I'm seeing that. So I almost feel that there's something that you guys need to let go of here, especially seeing the versatility and the Saturn and Pisces too. There's something to let go of, maybe a situation with a family member, with an authority figure that you need to let go of and kind of be able to clear that out of your life, create some harmony in it. I would definitely say that this has to do with childhood though, or being able to look back to when you were a child to get some information here, like what I was saying earlier. We have Fortune, we have the Sun and Leo. So we see two really positive cards here that you are about to manifest whatever it is you're trying to bring out. You know, very positive cards here. But as you can see, before we get to these situations, there is definitely something to let go of, something to do first. Also seeing this loss card, this is the 12th house. This is about doing something for someone without expecting anything in return. There may be, something that you're supposed to be doing right now for someone. This can also be about cutting your losses, and this card also talks about illusions as well too. So we're seeing a lot to do with illusions. Those of you that chose pile number 2 here, definitely something for you guys to look into with whatever situation you are trying to, you're going through right this second. You have validation, which is 51. And you have open heart, 35. So with validation, I almost feel like you are waiting for something to come through. And with the loss card, like I said, this card can have to do with, doing something for someone and really not expecting anything in return. This is, doing a service with your heart and not like, not expecting anything. So I feel like you might be waiting for some sort of validation for something that you've done for someone here, or you're waiting on a sign from something and Spirit's asking you to kind of like, it's okay, you need to trust and move forward. It's all working out here. We're seeing a lot to do with patience and really trusting the universe at this point too, especially seeing the High Priestess over here too. This is universal wisdom. This is the mysteries and the unknown as well too. Your next card is Trust Your Path, which is what I was just saying. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And actually, I'm going to say kind of what I did for the first pile because they had Trust the Great Mystery. And to me, it's about understanding that, we only see 1% of our world. The other 99% is the spiritual realm. And Spirit's going, I'm always doing all these things around you. And, we always think we're doing so much, and we really aren't. So it is about trusting your path and knowing that Spirit has you and that everything is manifesting in divine timing for you too. And I also feel this is kind of like, a warning for those of you that chose pile number 2 as a message to take a look at what it is you're doing right now. Go back and look at it. Go back and ask some questions to some people and make sure that you got it completely before you move forward or make any decisions. There just seems like something that you're missing. And it's like you're waiting very patiently for something to come forward, and especially with this validating card too, but it's not going to come forward until this other stuff is addressed here. So let me know how that resonates for you guys. I do. And then your next card is No. So whatever it is that you are trying to bring forward so quickly right now, trying to get to the end to, this is actually, I feel like a no right now. There's something that is coming through that is in the way for you guys that's supposed to be reassessed, and then for some of you to be to let go of something you're holding on to, the validation that you're holding on to, definitely. And like I said, for some of you this is going to be related to I feel like your childhood or your home, something along those lines is where Spirit is actually directing you to start to look for your messages, for your information there, because there's something that is being overlooked. And this is about trusting your intuition. So this is for those of you that chose pile number 2. You probably came here and asked, and you probably already have a feeling that something is off, and this is the message that you've kind of been waiting for to redirect you, to get that confirmation. So your next card is tend to the small things. So there, once again, is showing us that there's something that may have been overlooked. This is the 40 card. 40 is about stability and foundation, and you have to have a strong foundation before you're able to move forward. So Spirit's going, go back, look at all the little details, look at everything that has happened beforehand, and make sure that everything is stable first before you move forward. Your next card is Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. So I don't know, I really feel like you guys are going to get some information. Somebody's going to bring you some information very soon. What I was just getting also is that some of you may think that a situation is going to turn out one way and Spirit actually has something better planned for you. So you may be holding on to an outcome, to how you're wanting something to happen and to unfold, and Spirit's asking you to kind of be like, just calm down, I got everything for you, it's going to work out perfectly, I promise, but you do have to kind of trust me and let go of hanging on to this actual situation. I'm actually seeing that a lot for you guys, hanging on to a specific outcome. And so when we do that, we kind of close ourselves off to any other manifestations. So it is important for ourselves to be open to things. So because Spirit, once again, like I was saying, we only see 1% of our world, and 99% is Spirit, and Spirit has so many other ideas and can bring things about that we can't even imagine and think of. And it's very important that we stay open to that energy too, so we're able to manifest our desires and the things that we want and learn and grow and, you know, all those things. So let's see what your channeled messages are. There are a few things that need to be finished first. That's definitely what I was feeling here, you guys. Your next one, this isn't the right time yet. So I would definitely, if there's whatever you're contemplating, whatever situation you're waiting on that hasn't manifested yet, there is something to go back and look at, and that is the message for group number 2 and pile number 2. It was definitely a very big message for you guys, so let me know how that resonates in the comments below. But I think that is all that I have for you, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up or even subscribe. And I hope you guys have a super blessed day. Thank you so much for listening. Alright, my friends, those of you that chose pile number 3, this is going to be your messages that you need to hear. We're just going to see what comes through from Spirit. Yeah, let's just see what happens. And I'm going to start actually with your tarot cards, and then we'll move into your oracle cards. These are all mixed up. I like shuffled them. All right, your first card is the Knight of Swords. I'm going to do these first. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. So right off, I feel like some of you are feeling a little bit impulsive, maybe just got out of a rough situation where you had to make a decision, or you're about to have to make a decision on something here, and you're like indecisive about what the right way to go is. That's kind of how I felt with pile number 1, but I feel like this is more of a tricky situation, and you're almost about to give up and go like, nope, you know what, I'm just going to do this. I don't even care anymore. It's an impulsive decision. It's a giving up almost kind of situation. And then the Three of Swords kind of shows me too that you're kind of fed up. You're done. This is a tough decision. This could be, if you're in a situation, you're breaking up with somebody, a partner, or having to make that decision to break up with them. Maybe they've done something that you can't trust them anymore. Maybe you've gotten some information about them that you just didn't want. But I'm also seeing this Page of Cups here too, which is pretty interesting. Page of Cups talks about maybe somebody wanting to come through and give you a message, or give you some information, but this also could talk about you getting some inspiration and some creativity, having some drive here. So in between these two cards that are a little more intense, I feel like you are able to kind of collect yourself here. And Spirit could be coming through and telling you, like, it's okay. I'm going to take care of you while you're going through this situation, because I sense that you guys just feel kind of alone, and like I said, you're done with the situation that you're in right this second. We have Hold Tight Avenue, the Four of Pentacles. So that shows me too that the fours talk about foundation and being grounded in our beliefs and those sort of things. The Four of Pentacles sometimes to me though can mean that you're holding on to something too tightly. That shows me that maybe some of this could be, you know, why you're having a hard time making a decision. You're having a hard time moving forward in this situation because you're holding on to something here. Can you see that? There. Next card is Perseverance Gardens, which is the Seven of Wands. And sevens can talk about, you know, not being able to see things clearly. Also can talk about having a lot of decisions, like I'm saying too, and not being able to make up the decision here. But it's also about continuing to move forward, to stick up for yourself and stick up for the things that you believe in right now. If you have beliefs and thoughts and ideas, it's very important that you stick to what you're rooted and grounded in. And I feel like that's why this holding on tight avenue is here. I feel like Spirit's wanting you to hang on to your beliefs and not let anybody sway you out of your beliefs or out of your opinions here too. And that could be this person coming through wanting to give you a message. We have the Sun card, which is very positive. This means the sun's going to come out, that something's going to change, that things are going to get brighter, they're going to get better here soon. Because I feel like those of you that chose pile number 3, that this has been a rough situation here. I really feel like a lot of you that chose pile 3, that this is a heartbreak, this is, you know, you not being able to trust other people, you know, and it's just caused a lot of pain is what I feel like. We have the Knight of Swords, so this is 2 Knight of Swords, messenger of impulse and opportunity. So once again, I'm really feeling like this is, you're done with the situation, you're over with it, you're almost becoming impulsive with your decisions and the way that you're thinking right now because you just are done. You're done with the pain here. So let's see what other cards are coming through. We have protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So definitely for those of you that chose pile number 3, some of you are going through a bad breakup. Some of you are going through a bad situation with somebody that has very much hurt you. And it's time to stop thinking about them and daydreaming about them is what I'm picking up on right now. We have Lumeria, creating heaven on earth is happening. So this is about you finding your own place that you can call home, where you can feel comfortable again, I really feel like, because I keep feeling now like maybe you're holding on to this person, maybe you're holding on to the pain that they've caused you, and now it's starting to kind of make you bitter and more impulsive and, you know, bring you down a little bit is what I feel like. But the good news is I feel like that things are about to get better, get a little bit brighter and lighter for you here soon. Your next card is Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty, Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. So this to me is about remembering to tap into, even if you know you're not a female, tapping into the divine feminine energy that you have, your intuition, into spirit, and to all those gifts that every person has on this planet, and to not feel powerless anymore. I sense, you know, some powerlessness, that some of you just feel weak at this point, drained. all this energy is what I feel like here, and Spirit's coming through and saying, remember who you are, remember what you can do, remember you're the one that's in control of your life and how you live it here, and all you have to do is cut the cord to this other person. Now I know easier said than done, especially when somebody's very much hurt you, but this is the messages that are coming through and what's important for you to hear right now. Let's look at these. We have Escape, and this is Mars and Pisces. So there's a situation you're trying to get out of here, and this shows me once again. So some of you may still be in this situation, in this bad situation, in this negative relationship here, and you're trying to get out of it, or you're even just trying to get your head out of it is what I feel like, because Pisces kind of rules that subconscious mind and the illusions and the dream world. So I feel like that you guys, your head is very much in this negative space here, and your higher self is almost coming through to me and going, I have to get them out of here. I have to get them out of this negative space. They have so many other things to do here. You know, you're so much more valuable. You guys have a lot of gifts. Those of you that chose pile number 3, especially seeing these 3, like I feel that you guys have a purpose, and you were on a path with it. You were doing something, and then the situation, this negative situation it fully upset you and took you off this path. And now your higher self is coming through and going, you know what, I have to put them back on their path. You know, they have a purpose. They have something they're supposed to be doing here. You can see the eclipse here. In protection, and this is about complete changes inwardly too. So your next card is Coral, and this is Mars and Cancer. This could be talking about a fight at home. So this could be with your personal family, but this could also be, you know, with a partner, with a spouse, something like that. Some fighting going on here. With the Mars, I could see this being a masculine energy, so like a father figure, an authority figure, causing a lot of issues at home. So I'm picking up 2 different energies here. Those of you that chose pile number 3, some of you are still in this negative situation, and Spirit is trying to get you out and telling you that it's time to get out, and there's better for you out there. And the other part of you, I feel like your head is still in this situation, and you're having a hard time letting go of it. And Spirit's going, it's time to put that in the past, and it's time to move forward now. Next we have Venus in Sagittarius. This is flirtation. So for some of you, this is about moving forward. This is about looking forward, that there is better. So if you're looking for a new partner, if you're looking for some new love, for somebody to trust, just to have some fun with, this is coming through for you. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This can also just talk about having some fun. So I feel like Spirit's wanting you to kind of loosen up, because we have this Sagittarius and Venus energy. Venus is about going out, having fun, eating some, you know, good food, drinking some good wine, going and having fun with friends, going to travel, those sort of things. So Spirit's definitely wanting you to, you know, get to the lighter side of things. And I feel like that's why the sun is here also. Your next card is the 2nd house of material goods, money, values, security, work ethic, income, expenses, stability, personal finances. So we have some financial stuff coming through here too. And let me see what your other card is. Oh, we have the 4th house of home. So I feel like maybe the situation that, you know, you guys just went through here may have affected your income, or maybe you're worried about your income, or what's going to happen next. And I feel like Spirit's going, it's okay, I still have you here too. We're definitely seeing where home has come through several times here. Foundation, roots, ancestors, those sort of things are coming through that have been affected in this situation. Let's see what your other cards are. We have loyalty, and we have love. So those of you that chose pile number 3, I would say that you're about to meet somebody new. Once again, this may not be romantic, but this is somebody coming through to help you, to be a very good friend to you. But what I'm really getting the most out of this is that you guys have kind of stopped trusting in yourself, that there's something that you've let go of within yourself here. Like you don't trust yourself to, you know, make the money. You're holding on to something in the past. Maybe there was somebody that, you know, was your security, was your foundation, well, those sort of things. And that's one reason why you didn't want to let them go, because you liked that stability, which makes perfect sense. But Spirit's showing me that I feel like that you guys can trust in yourself. I keep getting, like I said, that it's like you have to trust back in yourself. You have to remember who you are, because you know who you are. You know that you're a powerful person. And I think I said this in the last pile, but you know, if you are a victim, then there's nothing that you can change. But if you become the creator of your life, then you can change anything. And I feel like that's what is coming through for those of you that chose pile number 3 here, is really working back within your own power and loving yourself and loving what you have around you right now. and not letting this other situation get to you. You can be your own best friend at this time, and you can build yourself up. And I really feel like you have spirit and your ancestors behind you, really backing you guys up at this time. Next, you have Earth. So I feel like this is a reminder to ground yourself, your energy, to step back into nature. Once again, find your true power, your inner power here. This can happen a lot of times in nature, connecting back. I feel, though, for some of you, because of these cards that I pulled out, that you do healing work, maybe do hands-on healing, crystal healing, different things like that. You're connected to even witchcraft, those sort of things, and Spirit's wanting you to connect back into that energy, because this is what gave you all your power here, and this is what is important to you. Next is Strength. And I like this card a lot because it always talks about, in the book, it talks about how the tree starts as a seed and then grows into a strong tree. So it is about, using the situation, even if it was negative, or situations from the past, in order to grow yourself into a stronger person. And like I said earlier, not becoming that victim. It's about becoming in control of your life, being loyal to yourself, loving yourself. I do feel that for some of you that chose this pile, that there is somebody coming through because of the flirtation card, and because of loyalty and love, and the Page of Cups. But for some of you, I feel like you're supposed to be on your own for now and tap back into your own personal power, and that's going to be more important than anything. Next is Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet. This reminds me too of remembering of who you are and your personal power here, to remember what you can do. You're the wise fox. You can think on your feet. I feel like those of you that did choose pile number 3, like I said, there's something that you are doing. There was a path that you are on. I feel like you've done a lot of really big things, a lot of amazing things, and it really is about tapping back into that energy here, getting your mind out of this negative space here. This defeated space is what I feel like, because I almost sense some of you are maybe making some bad decisions, and I'm not trying to like harp on anybody, but I saw 2 of the Knight of Swords, and that's some very impulsive energy here. So some of you may be self-sabotaging because you are feeling hurt here, but it is really important to make sure that you are looking at the positives, and not just to sound like a Hallmark card here either, but to make sure that you're looking back at who you are, because I will say it again, if you're being a victim, there's nothing you can change about it. But when you realize that you are a creator and you're in control, then you can change everything about your life. I would definitely say that those of you that chose pile number 3, you need to cut cords with anyone negative in your life. Anybody that you're feeling bitterness with, because they're holding you back right now mentally and spiritually, is what I really feel like for you guys. Let's see what your channeled messages are. Almost forgot about them. Soon it's time for you to make a move. You have the wisdom and courage to make the right decision. So some of you have been stuck for a while on some things here. You haven't been moving forward. You haven't been tapping into your own personal power. But Spirit's ready for you to step up and do something different. Like I said, those of you that chose pile number 3, I get the sense you're supposed to be doing something bigger here. And Spirit's like, all right, come on, let's go. Let's get up. Your next message is, now is the time to start trusting in yourself, which is absolutely the energy that I was picking up on. How important it is for you to tap back into your own inner strength and inner wisdom, and realize that you have spirit within you as well too. All right, pile number 3, I think that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up or even hit subscribe. And I hope you guys have a super blessed day. Thank you for listening. All right, my friends, those of you that chose pile number 3, this is going to be messages you need to hear. So let's see what the messages are. And I have some channeled messages for you guys as well too, but we will put those to the side for now. And let's start with your tarot cards. Your first card is the Emperor. I actually think I saw the Emperor and at least 3 of the readings. So that's pretty interesting to me. The Emperor is about, well, first of all, it could be a person that is coming through. So this could be like an authority, masculine kind of person coming through. But it could also talk about grounding, stability, home. So you may be pointed back to your childhood, to your home in this, with these messages. We have the Hierophant. And I immediately kind of feel that way. We see the throat chakra here too. So this is about speaking your truth from a loving place. So what I feel like with this is there are some beliefs, there's some traditions, there's some things that you're wanting to change up about your life that maybe your family doesn't agree with, that aren't considered normal. And like your family doesn't agree with this and you're having to speak up and make these changes within the family or tell them something here, you're going to have to be using your voice is what I feel like seeing this throat chakra, and standing up for your own beliefs here and making changes, because the Hierophant is also number 5 and 5 represents changes. Next we have the 10 of Wands. So this is a burden that you've been hanging on to, something you've been, carrying for a very long time that you haven't been able to speak your mind or opinion about. I feel like those of you that chose pile number 4. You have the World card. Maybe some of you are wanting to travel or, make some changes, leave home is what I feel like for some of you. It's time to leave home. And this could be in a sense of leaving home with your beliefs is what I feel like. The World card also talks about the end of a cycle. So you may be ending some karmic cycles for your family through beliefs and through speaking up. I feel like, though, that you guys are going to be saying something for sure after seeing that throat chakra. This is going to be something very important, I feel like. Next, we have Starting Stable Avenue. This is the Ace of Pentacles. So some of you may have some ideas here. Like I said, I feel like you're supposed to be voicing your opinion about making some changes. For some of you, like I said, I've sensed that maybe you wanted to move, and this may have to do with the job, but I feel like this is going to be more beliefs. Definitely something that you're going to have to speak up and tell somebody, hey, I want to make this change. This is something that I've been thinking about and holding on to for a very long time, and now it's time to start fresh and to change things. Next is Quick Communication Gardens, which is the 8 of Wands. Oh, and that's, I just threw it on the floor. And as you can see with this card, it says Quick Communication Garden. So that could be a message coming through. This could be about you communicating, but this is also about things picking up the pace, things changing rather quickly. And it also can talk about traveling. Waiting to travel, if you're wanting to travel, I would definitely say that's probably coming up in the near future for you guys. Next, you have the Page of Pentacles, development of trust and manifestation. So you may be learning something new. Some of you may be going to school, and this could be part of the traveling too. I just get the sense from what I'm feeling here is somebody does not agree with the decisions that you're making, or, they're afraid for you. But this is something that you're really wanting to do in order to better yourself and to better your life. But I feel like this is also brand new for you, those of you that chose pile number 4. All right, your next card is Generosity, and this is Saturn and Leo. Your next card is Charity, and this is Saturn and Cancer. So you have Saturn can represent, a father figure, authority figure, and you have it in Leo, which is more about, being at home and children. And then the Cancer, with Saturn and Cancer, this is about home too. So I'm definitely seeing a lot of energy and messages coming through when it comes to home, family, maybe your father figure. We have the Emperor card too, or like I said, a masculine authority figure that you're having to tell them something here. Let's go ahead and see what your next card is. It is Originality, and this is Mercury and Aquarius. So I feel like, once again, Mercury rules communication. There's something that you're having to speak, but you're also being blessed with some out-of-the-box thinking here. So if there's a situation you don't know exactly what to do, you can call in your guides right now. You know, you can meditate, you can do stuff like that, any sort of practice like that, and you're going to be blessed with some intuitive information and downloads. You're going to have some really good ideas at this time. There also may be some people in your life that you can look to. With this 11th house, this talks about friends of, you know, in high places, or just friends in general, connections that we make that we can call on to get, you know, help when we need it. But looking at this other stuff, like I said, I feel the messages that are coming through are going to be related to home and family and making changes there. Definitely probably a father figure or authority figure here. So with this card also, I feel like if you guys have been, you know, helping other people or putting in some work for other people that needed help, that you're going to be rewarded soon for this, and you may even be asked to do something different. So I'm sensing this is all going to come together because I feel like you guys have karmically been doing a lot, haven't been seeing much happening, and you guys are about to start reaping those benefits here too, through messages, through travel, through things about to change here. But I do sense that there is a message that's coming through that isn't going to be easy to tell somebody. So your next card is, it says, just say yes. So if there's something that you're afraid about doing, is what I was just picking up to. If you're afraid to say yes, if you're afraid to speak your mind, Spirit's coming through and going, you're ready. It's time to do this. You've, like I said, put in the effort, you put in the work, and now is the time, you know, that you get going and start living your life here, is what I really am picking up on. Next we have imagination. So here again we're shown that you're going to be given a lot of really good ideas. This is going to put you front and center. So those of you that chose pile number 4, this card right here talks about you maybe being asked to be put yourself out there in some way to, like, okay, this card could be, you know, being the lead of a play, or you know, being social, or being put out there in some sort of way in the public eye more. So you may be asked to do something here, and then with seeing the originality card and the imagination card too, I feel like it's based off your ideas, the things that you're being blessed with right now. People are starting to take notice of that. Next is preconditions. So this card here is talking about you standing firm with your beliefs and your boundaries, and this is coming up again with your throat chakra. So I feel like I said, somebody is going to not fully, you know, want you to do what you're doing. They're not going to agree with what you're saying or what you're about to do, but you need to stand your ground and be firm. You know, this is about you holding your ground at this time, and Spirit's really wanting you to do that here. Your next card is Surrender card, which is interesting with all of this. I have 2 more of these cards. Grab them. We have Fire, and we have the Heart chakra. So let's look at these. These cards right here kind of speak to me about, especially the Heart chakra, seeing the throat chakra again, seeing possibly an authority, father figure, some things going on at home. This could be about forgiving somebody from the past in order to move forward, about making that first step, taking that action. The surrender card here feels like it's almost like letting go of that negative, that bitterness that you're hanging on to that's in your heart chakra. So if we're holding on to any bitterness in our heart chakra, then we can't speak from love or truth. So it's very important for us to do that if we want to be able to do it, especially knowing you guys have a lot of messages and opportunities coming through. To align you to these, Spirit's going to want you to let go of any of that negativity that you're hanging on to. That way you can align to, you know, higher things, to higher vibrations, to your highest path here too. So a lot of times, you know, Spirit will do that. Maybe you're going to be confronted by somebody, seeing the throat chakra. Somebody may call, message, ask you a question, kind of put you, you know, take you off guard is what I feel like. And when this happens, you're going to have to speak from a loving place here and be ready for it. And I feel like that is the message the Spirit's bringing through to you guys, is that it's important that you take care of this, you know, healing yourself here and healing that bitterness or any negativity that you have towards somebody, so you're able to move forward. Because I feel like you guys that chose pile number 4 are having a lot of really cool opportunities come through for you guys. I just saw I had this card too. It was underneath. So this is indecision. This is Venus and Libra. So some of you may be dealing with a partner. You know, this could be marriage, a relationship, but definitely at home, maybe having to tell your partner something uncomfortable, you know, standing your ground, but making sure that, like I said, you're coming from a loving place here too. But this is coming through as you not being able to make your mind up, which I feel is what's kind of happening here. So just make sure that you're, you know, you're talking to your guides and you're meditating and those sort of things, and your guides and ancestors are definitely leading you towards something bigger and better here, but towards healing as well too. Your next card is Cancer, the caretaker. So once again, we're talking about home, family, roots, emotions, even mother, those sort of things. So you have messages coming through pointing you back to home. Like I said, there's something significant there. I really feel like, and I feel like it has to do with healing, forgiving, those sort of things. So you're able to move forward. Maybe you have a hard time in relationships or partnerships because of your childhood, your home life, those things. And, you know, Spirit's asking you to heal these before you move forward. Definitely something to do with changing traditions and beliefs that, you know, people in your family that would be used to. You're changing all of that up and speaking your mind about it is what I'm feeling like. Your next card is Venus Love. So those of you that chose pile number 4, I do feel like there is, you know, love. There is definitely a lot of really good things, because Venus isn't always just love. Venus is also about money and comfortability, just feeling good about yourself, even being attractive, you know, stepping into that sort of energy here too. And I feel like you guys are starting to, where you've been a little bit unsure about yourselves in the past, but you're really starting to like embody this more, this Venus energy, embracing yourself for who you are kind of thing, and forgiving people, so you can do that more. Your next card is the Comet, Unexpected, and it says messages, unknowns, uncertainty, and significant events. So I feel like definitely, because of several cards that we got here, that you guys are getting some messages, and they may be uncomfortable. They may be somebody reaching out to you asking uncomfortable questions that you didn't expect, but to be ready and prepared for it. But I also feel like you're going to know exactly what to say. You have this Mercury in Aquarius. You have the throat chakra. I feel like this is something that you're working on. This could also be, you know, you being asked to do something, like I said, out of your element, but it's going to be something that moves you into, you know, travel, or, you know, asking you to put you out there into the open a little bit more, publicity, those sort of things. So if you've been waiting on anything like that, those messages are really starting to come through. Because like I said, I felt a lot of you may have been putting in a lot of work, doing a lot, and then not really seeing much in return. Next is birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So I feel like because of the World card and because of this card here, you guys, that you're about to, everything is about to change. You know, all the effort, like I said, you've been putting in is about to come back and actually reward you very, very much. Just to pay attention, because Spirit is speaking to you too and asking you to heal as you're moving through here. So I feel like these things are going to happen actually rather quickly, because we saw that 8 of Wands for you also. Your last card is Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. So once again, this is a reminder to forgive anybody from your past. This is about healing that heart chakra, healing bitterness, so you're able to speak, because there's something about you being able to speak that is very important, you know, as you're moving into the rest of your life here, and then the next part of your, you know, the next few months is what I want to say. I think it's very important that your throat chakra is open and that your heart chakra is healed, because as I said earlier, these are connected. If the heart chakra is closed off, we won't be able to speak from love and truth. And there's something about your creativity, about how you speak, about your originality that is going to be important, and that's going to get you noticed over the next few months, is what I'm really feeling. All right, pile number 4, let's look at your channeled messages here. I feel like I made a huge mess with your cards. I don't know. Okay, your first channel messages. There's something you need to give up. This will open you up to new opportunities. I feel like this is talking about any of those past situations, anything that you're feeling negative about, any people that have hurt you. It's time to let them go and give up that, you know, any bitterness or negativity that you have for other people. Next is, there is something you need to forgive, which, like I said, is very much what I was feeling from this reading. It's very important that you forgive your past, and that is the messages that Spirit is wanting to bring through for you as you, like I said, move into the next part of your life here. Because I feel like those of you that chose pile number 4, you have some pretty big opportunities coming through in the next couple months that are going to happen, like I said, very unexpectedly. Messages, calls, people asking you to do stuff, but also you're going to be asked to forgive and heal and speak up to yourself as well too. All right, pile number 4, I think that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a super blessed day.